Mobile police officers have been demoted and placed on suspension tonight after being found guilty of manipulating police reports.
Those officers are out of Mobile's first police precinct on Broad Street, and from what we're told, it was all over manipulating crime figures.
Fox 10 News reporter Andrew Perez first broke this story online. He joins us now live outside Mobile Police headquarters with new details about this. Andrew, what will happen to the precinct's captain?
Yeah, well, Bob Lanise, Eddie Patrick, he's been demoted to lieutenant, and he'll also be suspended starting next month. That was a unanimous decision by a panel of high-ranking officials who ruled on this internal investigation. They say that Patrick didn't personally change any of these reports or manipulate the stats, but he knew about it, and he did nothing to stop it. Tonight, Mobile Police Chief James Barber says he wants to clean house. 3 Mobile police officers have been demoted. Their first precinct captain also in the same boat tonight. Police say Eddie Patrick accepted manipulated crime reports. At least 85 burglary-related incidents reduced to lesser crimes.
This has been a major distraction ever since I became chief of police. And, of course, it makes it difficult to move forward when you're having to constantly go back and deal with situations that should never have occurred to begin with.
Mobile Police Chief James Barber says this investigation began in June. Internal Affairs later got to work sampling 3,200 crime reports across all 5 precincts for accuracy. They found 85 had been falsified with fake statements and made-up descriptions of what happened, all of them in the first precinct. Chief was asked if the recent mayoral election had anything to do with the delay of these results.
I was not the chief at the time. I don't know the status or where the investigators were at any particular time. I know that it was certainly a discussion.
This is really the beginning of the audit.
Former Mobile Police Chief Michael T. Williams retired shortly after the former mayor lost the election. Chief Barber has been reorganizing the department ever since. He says there may be more tampered reports out there, but promises he's setting new systems in place.
We're talking about a span of years, and literally we could get into the hundreds, if not 1,000 reports. But we certainly do appeal to the public, anybody that has a case that they feel like was improperly changed or wasn't investigated properly. We would like to hear from them.
Yeah, now the chief says, of course, he'd rather talk about all the positive changes that are happening now at the Mobile Police Department, but he says that he wanted to address this publicly, if anything, for the sake of his hardworking officers in order to kind of maintain the integrity of this department. I'm told, by the way, that one other officer, Anthony Sanchez, he resigned during this investigation. Lieutenant Roy Hodge will be acting captain at the first precinct, and also these other officers, they will have a chance, Bob and Lanise, to appeal. For now, reporting live in Mobile, I'm Andrew Perez. Back to you.
Thanks, Andrew. And just yesterday, Mobile Police Chief Barber announced charges against another captain, Carla Longmire, and her subordinate officer, Bradley Lathan. Both are from Mobile's 3rd precinct and are accused of engaging in a sexual relationship while on duty. It's unclear exactly how often this was supposedly happening and what their responsibilities were during those times. Officer Latham is facing some additional charges after the chief says he tampered with his cruiser's GPS. A hearing is set for next week. If they're found guilty, it will ultimately be up to the mayor to decide their punishment. Meantime, Jackson County, Mississippi has a new sheriff tonight after the former sheriff, Mike Bird, resigned.